Joining us again at Crypto Q Media channel is a pleasure. The cast, crew, script, and blueprint are all set and ready to go. We are the only ones who can see it, though. For the simple reason that we just sit here and think, don't we? Though nothing is sure, we hope you like today's video. Our conversation can revolve on this. With the widespread acceptance of a gentle landing, Justin, the black swan risk of an ACS recession remains the same. Would you disagree? There will soon be a new black swan story about cars available. Is anyone else here before you? How about that smooth landing? It seems like most people agree that things will work out in the end. The marketplace, if you remember? However, most people are always wrong and against the transaction. But first, let's pump yes in an affirmative manner. Two paths split off. Our position from the first has been that they should pump it until it collapses rather than take the third, more obvious option. When a black swan recession occurs, prices tend to increase until they fall. My 2 cents on the matter is this. Which would you choose? If you're part of the elite, a market maker, or an insider, you should probably stay away from this because it will affect most market participants. Would I be right? Because nobody wants to buy from us. No one will sell up here, but down here, people will. Oh, I perceive. Investing in this market is, like, totally off the rails. This very second, at least for the moment. I believe we can still accomplish amazing things in the not-too-distant future, guys. Maybe it will happen in the next months. Something appears as we continue to climb, as if by magic. Why? Why? For the simple reason that the stock market crash began with the Hindenburg omen. This signal seems to have been active. It correctly predicted the stock market crashes of 1987 and 2008. Would I be right? The indication is not even displayed. What does it serve for? I'm confused. Perhaps that's only because it's stated in the article. On the other hand, this signal supposedly just activated and is now accountable for predicting black swan events in 1987 and 2008. Would I be right? Curiosity, what is it? Beware of BlackRock's insider trading. You probably have a good idea of what BlackRock is selling as they have verified it again. Why? Do not hesitate to inquire as to the reason. The sale of 30,000 shares by BlackRock's chair and CEO, Larry Fink, was worth $25 million. Oh, I perceive. He recently sold 25 million shares, but I'm not sure how many he still has. Thinking, obviously, there's a particular reason why. The reason behind their sales being overstated is, I don't know. There may be a lot of variables at work here, but something seems fishy. In the midst of an insider trading controversy, Vidya's board of directors recently sold 20,000 shares, worth $21 million. Still, we couldn't help but ask why he ever sold, guys. Probably there are a lot more guys in his life than that. Would I be right? The idea that their churches tried risk management worries me because I am the second largest stakeholder and have been a board member since 2008. Lately realized $30 million on the sale of 26,000 NVDA shares. Even if he probably has more shares and they have a lot, the sales are still very low, aren't they? Stay informed about trades involving Apple insiders. This chairman's recent sale of 75,000 Apple shares netted him more than $14 million. Why? Why was it done? Why was it done? Why? If everyone sold their shares just before a crash or other unexpected event, it would be considered insider trading. They expect this to happen, so instead they sell slowly. At the exact moment when something hits us. They sell at this place before they run out. Oh, I perceive. But I still think you'll go on to greater things in the not-too-distant future. I believe you guys are capable of more. I'm looking forward to the following level with great anticipation because it is said to be very incredible. Doomsday is drawing near. This whole thing is completely ridiculous. Clearly, hell will come, according to Jamie Dimon, CEO of the bank. If things go south for private credit, JP Morgan. For the record, we're destined for hell. Would I be right? Or opinion? There will be a lot of blood, and people will be shouting. You will, in fact, be terrified. The number of hedge funds dumping UAC shares has not been witnessed since January, according to Goldman Sachs. Would I be right? We haven't seen the level of stock sales by hedge funds since January, for whatever reason. They paid a little sum for it, but they got a lot of money when they sold it. Indeed, I agree. For that reason, it must be stressed that the banking sector has been jolted to the tune of $517 billion in unrealized losses, and that 63 lenders are poised to go bankrupt. Oh, I perceive. No need to be anxious. Everything is under control. A black swan made its debut in 2000, which happened to be an election year, just so you know. Oh, I perceive. In 2008, there were additional elections. The year 2000 saw the arrival of black swan. That being the case, isn't it fascinating? This is also similar to a certain extent. The most intriguing aspect of this story, folks, is that banks are entirely susceptible. A few hours ago, Ichigo tweeted about Deutsche Bank. That was just now, Mr. Poole. Under normal circumstances, I would refrain from discussing such subjects on the second channel of the video, but were you not surprised? According to Mr. Poole, banks could go under. Furthermore, there is this. Would that be all of these banks? No way are we going to witness this, guys. It would appear that the financial industry is likewise about to collapse. Not only 63 guys, but the whole financial system seems to be about to crash. Oh, I perceive. A black swan is something I can't predict. But this might be associated with the $9 to $517 billion spike in its first quarter unrealized losses on held-to-maturity and available-for-sale securities. The whole thing is ridiculous, buddy, going from $39.9 million to $500 billion. To what extent is that even possible? Would I be right? The economy isn't looking bright, in my opinion, because putting all your eggs in one basket might not be the best move. Having said that, I do believe that bigger banks will inevitably swallow smaller ones. Oh, I perceive. You all need to wait for a financial disaster before it happens. Large banks, nevertheless, I think will be able to ride out this storm. Make an ideal result. This is because the super rich, the billionaires, have put their hard-earned money into things like banks and the stock market. So, whoa, you guys, it's incredible. The search was triggered by the increased unrealized losses on residential mortgages and mortgage-backed securities caused by the first quarter's higher mortgage rates. Beginning in the first quarter of 22, the same quarter in which the Federal Reserve started raising interest rates, unrealized losses have remained extraordinarily high for 9 consecutive quarters. This is why they need to scrap these race cars. Oh, I perceive. But they can't right now since inflation isn't bringing down gas costs fast enough and rates are being held. As a result, I think they will probably chop it all summer long. Surely it enters at that point? So, they're going to plot something, you guys. These banks are also on the verge of collapse due to a host of problems. Our video has come to an end. Please subscribe to my channel, it would mean a lot to me. Arriving soon, goodbye.